What is up, Berserker Patriot Store family? So this story is pretty nuts. We warned you this was going to happen. So if you look at the statistics and the sources behind this story, you will find that the largest part of this story started in 2020. Okay, shortly after 2020, the largest rise in deaths for heart attacks for people in the younger generation started in 2020. Now, 54 and up, 54 from 2011 until about 2021, they were having a few more heart attacks than normal. Cool, we got poisoned food. We already know that. But then, all of a sudden, in 2021, late 2021, all these teenagers start having fucking heart attacks. And I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of teenagers have had heart attacks in America. And now it's at an exponential rate that young people, teenagers, are having heart attacks, which has never, ever, ever, ever been a thing. Ever, 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 ever in the history of fucking time. Until you took this jab up your butthole 26 times. Well, fuck.
Study out there shows a spike in heart attack deaths among younger Americans. An American Heart Association study finds that the number of adults ages 18 to 54 who died in the hospital.
So like I just said, ages 54 and up, 45 and up, from 2011 until 2020, roughly right around 2022, we're having an exponential more amount of heart attacks than normal, okay? And then all of a sudden in 2022, all these teenagers start having fucking heart attacks. Let's see if they talk about that.
A severe first heart attack rose by 57% between 2011 and 2022. So let's bring in Dr. Mark Siegel, Fox News senior medical analyst and author of his new New York Times #1 best-selling book, The Miracles Among Us. Dr. Siegel, great to have you on. So this is startling.
Hi, Aisha.
Hi, good morning. This is startling data that we're getting. What do you think is going on? Because so many younger people are trying to eat more healthy.
They're trying to kill us.
Out more.
That's what's going on.
What's happening here?
They need, like Bill Gates said, we need 80%.
Well, let me give you some background on this, Aisha. It used to be that 1 out of 6 cardiac deaths occurred under the age of 65. That's the background. But that's been rising. And in the last decade, there was 125,000 additional deaths. But now, as you just pointed out, the latest data, and this looked at over 1 million people in the American Heart Association journal, it's up 57% over the last time it was checked a decade ago. And most of it is in women. And I'll tell you what's happening. You said most people are now more conscious of eating better, the MAHA movement, looking at whole foods, exercising more. The problem is this is the downstream effect of the way we were living before, that way too many people were overeating. People were sedentary, especially during the pandemic.
Listen, he got paid by somebody, right? Now, the reason we got this going on is because myocarditis is now a normal thing for teenagers because of an experimental fucking mRNA jabby jab with a needle shaped like a big fat black dildo to shove up your butthole every day. Remember y'all were bragging about all your fucking jabby jab and all your booster boosts? Remember that? Remember the lady, was it Amy Schumer? Was that who that was? She was bragging about how many times she got jabbed and said Jesus loved her the most, and then just like had a heart attack right on stage. Remember all these famous people that were just having heart attacks right on stage? Have a blessed day.